What do you feel inside when you hear these chords? I call these gut-wrenching chords because I think these are some of the saddest chords that you can play at the piano. In this lesson, I'm not only going to teach you this chord, but I'm going to show you 4 different ways to play the chord that sound amazing, plus 4 progressions that you can use this chord in. All right, so what is this mysterious gut-wrenching chord? Well, it's actually called a minor 11 chord, and it's actually very simple to play. If you play a C minor in your left hand, and then you play a B flat major on top of this chord, you have what's called a C minor 11. However, you're probably thinking, Johnny, that does not sound like the chords that you played at the beginning, and you're right. If you want to play this chord in a beautiful way, you need to understand how to voice the chord. So I'm going to show you that a little bit later, but first I want to explain how you actually play an 11th chord, because this can be a very confusing topic for a lot of beginner piano students. So there are 3 simple steps to figuring out a minor 11th chord, and it's actually easier than you probably think. So the first step is to start with the parent scale, okay? The parent scale. And whenever you're playing minor chords at the piano, the parent scale that you're going to use is what's called the Dorian scale. This is called the C Dorian scale. It looks a lot like a B flat major scale. You see that? Except you're starting on a C, okay? So make sure you know your parent scale before you start trying to play your minor chords. And by the way, you can think of each of these notes as numbers. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Step 2 is to skip every other note from this scale to form your chords. So check this out. We're gonna start on C, skip a note, skip a note, skip a note, and then from here, we're gonna skip the C and play the D, and then the F, and then the A, okay? This is how we build chords in Western harmony. It's called tertian harmony. It's basically built in thirds. And so when you build your chords, you're gonna put this 2, 4, and 6 on the top. However, we don't call these notes the 2, 4, and 6 because we're stacking them on top of the 1, 3, 5, and 7. In other words, if you add notes to a 7th chord, this is called a C minor 7, you would always refer to these top notes by the interval from the root. So you would call this a 9th because it's 9 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, above the root. And then this F you'd call the 11 because it's 11 notes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 above the root. And same with the A, you'd call this a 13 because it's 13 notes above the root. So when you play chords, we actually refer to these upper 3 notes as chord extensions because we're extending the basic 7th chord on the bottom and adding these notes on top, okay? So once more, if the chord on the bottom does not have the 7th in it, then you would not call these 9, 11, and 13. You just call them 2, 4, and 6. But if you have the 7th, then that's implying that you're stacking in third intervals above the 7th chord, and so you'd call these the 9, 11, and 13. All right, so now that you have some of the theory out of the way, you can finally play a minor 7th chord. And so once again, you're gonna stack thirds, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, all the way up to the 11th using the parent scale, which is the Dorian scale. And this is the technical way that you would play a minor 11 chord, meaning a minor 11 chord includes the 1, the 3, the 5, the 7, and the 9 in addition to the 11. Now, in practice, when a jazz musician is playing these chords, they might remove 1 or more of the notes from the chord, and it would still make it a minor 11 chord, okay? So here's the rule here, okay? You can remove the 5th and or the 9th, and it still is a minor 11 chord. So you could take these 2 notes out, right? And you put your 11 in, and this is still a minor 11 chord, but the root, the 3rd, the 7th, and the 11th must be present to really know for certain that it is a minor 11 chord. For example, you could play a minor 11 chord without the 5th, like that. and it is in fact a C minor 11. Or you could take the 9th out, you could take that D out, you could play a little C minor 7 on the bottom, and that is a C minor 11. Or you could take the 5th and the 9th out, and this is still a C minor 11. However, if you were to remove some of the essential notes, for example, if you took the root out and then you just went like that, okay? Well, guess what? This is not a C minor 11. This is actually like an E flat sus2. You know, if you took like an E flat major chord and then you suspended that note down, that's an E flat sus2. Or if you took the 3rd out of the chord, if you played a C minor 11 like that, there's no 3rd, well, this does not really indicate that it's a minor chord at all. You might call this a C7 sus4, okay? So it's not a minor 11. Also, if you took the 7th out and you just played it like that, okay? Well, guess what? This is not a minor 11 chord. This is just a C minor with an add 4, okay? So once again, if you want to play minor 11th chords, you need the root, 3rd, and the 7th, and the 11th, and then the 5th and the 9th are optional. All right, next I'm going to show you 4 different voicings of minor 11th chords. These are basically the ways that you can take the notes from the minor 11 chord and you can change the order of the notes to make it sound gorgeous. But before we do that, if you're enjoying this video, please hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe for more videos just like this. Okay, so when you're playing a minor 11 chord, I taught it to you like this, but that's not a very gut-wrenching chord. There are other ways to play the chord that make it sound really gut-wrenching. I'll show you some examples. Right? Doesn't that sound beautiful? And so there are basically 4 voicings of these chords that I use the majority of the time. And if you listen to most professional pianists play these chords, they'll usually stick to these 4 voicings, and you can get a lot of bang for your buck out of these voicings. Okay, I'm going to show them to you actually on a D minor chord because the C minor 11 can be kind of hard to reach when you've got the 3rd being on a flat note. Like when you want to play voicings like that, it's kind of a big stretch. So we're going to do it on a D just in case your hands are a little smaller. Okay, first voicing, we're going to play a D minor 11. This is a D minor 11, but here's the voicing. We're going to put the 9th on the top, okay? Check out this gorgeous voicing. Beautiful voicing. So basically what I'm doing is I'm playing the root and 5th on the bottom, and then I've got the 3rd and the 11th clustered together. Isn't that beautiful? And then I've got the 7th here, and then the 9th, okay? Beautiful voicing. And you can actually double the D. You could do that. Or you could put the E here and double the E, okay? Play with these voicings, experiment with them, and see which one you like. You can change it up. This has a lot of cluster to it because you get all this cluster right there. Beautiful voicing. Okay, second voicing has the 3rd on the top, the F, okay? Very similar. Give it a listen. Okay, beautiful, beautiful voicing. So it's very similar to the previous one. We're just moving the top note up, okay? Lovely. We get a little 4th here, okay? That is a little more prominent in this voicing, and we get the 4th there. It's a little more of a 4th sound if you're playing your voicings. Okay, next one has the 11 on the top. This is beautiful. Give it a listen. Okay, same thing on the bottom. Okay, got the 5th, got the cluster, and then this is pretty cool. We have a C triad on the top. Beautiful voicing. This is one of my favorite ones in the book. And by the way, you can use these in chord progressions, like if you went right? On the D chord, you know, you could play this. This voicing's gorgeous, okay? Final one has the 7th on the top. And for this one, I play it like this. You see this one? Root 7, and I have the 3rd, the 11th, and the 7th, okay? This also sounds really nice, kind of low on the piano. Or you could do a 5th down here, but that's kind of the sound here, okay? Beautiful. Okay, quick review. The 9 on the top, the 3rd on the top, the 11 on the top, and the 7 on the top. Okay? And once again, you can use these in chord progressions. Like if I went from a D to a G, you could go, you know, like that, right? To like a C is beautiful, okay? Or you could go, like on the D, you could go. Or on this one, you can go. Beautiful. Or this one, you could go. Okay, very, very pretty. These are voicings. Voicings are basically the order of the notes. All right, next I'm going to show you 4 of my favorite chord progressions to use these chords in. But before we do that, if you're feeling a little bit lost or you're not totally sure how to play minor 11th chords, or it kind of feels like it takes you a while to figure them out, I want to show you where you can really go deep on this topic over at pianowithjonny.com. If you go to the dashboard area once you're logged in and you head over to our learning tracks, scroll down here to intermediate, we've put the full-length learning tracks together for you to really master and understand these chords and go deep. So in our level 4 foundations, you're going to learn everything you need to know about 7th chords and how to play them quickly and find them in different keys and use them in chord progressions and in tunes. And then in level 5, we dive into chord extensions, and there's a really good course. I'm just scrolling here through our learning track, but it's our piano chord extensions course, and you will learn pretty much everything that you need to know about adding chord extensions, and then we get into chord alterations. That's some of the extra sort of colorful notes you can add to chords. So I'll put a link to this learning track below if you're interested in going deeper on this topic. All right, you ready to learn some of these gorgeous minor 11 chord progressions? First, here's what I want to say. Let's say you're playing a chord progression in C major, and a very typical progression might sound like this. Right? You can use these minor 11 chords anytime you land on an ordinary minor chord. So in this chord progression on the A minor, instead of playing A minor, you could play something like that. Okay, that's an A minor 11. Okay, so as an example, C, G, A minor, right, and then to F. Okay, or you could use it on like a 2 chord like a D minor, right? So if you went like that, right, you could instead play it like this. D minor, right? Way prettier, okay? But for this example in this lesson, I want to show you progressions that exclusively use minor 11 chords so you can really focus on the sound of these chords. All right, and the first progression goes like this. Oh, this one sounds so cool. So it's actually a very simple chord progression. I'm basically playing like a D minor to an F minor, but I'm using these minor 11 chords, okay? So first minor 11 chord, it's this guy. This has the 11 on the top. And then on the F minor 11, I'm going here. Beautiful, and this one has the 9 on the top, okay? So I call this chord progression an 11 to 9 chord progression based on the top note. So that G starts as the 11 of this chord, and then it turns into the 9 of this chord. And this is one of the best techniques to use whenever you're trying to find chord progressions that use a chord like this, is to look for common tones. So this G is a common tone between the D chord progression and the F chord progression. Does that make sense? And it will make it feel like the chords are a little more connected when you use a common tone. Okay, and I'm just grooving on it. Okay, really beautiful. Okay, progression number 2 sounds awesome. Here it is. It's a little different. Beautiful. Okay, this is an A minor 11 going to an E minor 11. And then I'm just coloring the chords. Okay, first chord is like this. It's an A minor 11. And then E minor 11 is here. Beautiful. Okay, one of my favorites in the book. So for this one, the A minor 11 has the 7th on the top. And then on the E, it has the 3rd on the top. Okay, so I call this a 7 to 3 chord progression. Once again, I'm using the top note to define each chord, and the connection between the chords is that common tone on the top. And this is the way I encourage you to think about these chords, is to think about the top note and how it connects both chords together. Okay, 3rd progression goes like this. Okay, this is a G minor 11, playing it like this, and then E flat minor 11. This is nice. Beautiful, really dark, okay, really, really dark sound, okay? And so this is a 7 to 9 chord progression, because I have the 7th on the top on the G, okay? And then on the E flat minor 11, I have the 9th on the top, okay? okay? Once again, if you are confused about these minor 11th chords, you need to know the parent scale for each of these chords, like on the E flat, right? You gotta know what the E flat Dorian scale is. That's where it's helpful to understand the parent scales. If it's going over your head, don't worry. The more you study these chords, the more it'll make sense over time. Okay, final chord progression sounds like this. Okay, another gorgeous chord progression. This is a C minor going to a G minor, except we're making these 11th chords. Okay, so C minor 11th is going to be here. Beautiful. Okay, and then the G minor 11th will be here. Really, really pretty. And by the way, if you can stretch, I do encourage you to try playing the 10th on the C minor chord. That, okay? But it's kind of a big stretch. So if you can't reach it, just play it like that. Okay, super beautiful. Okay, and then once again, I'm just grooving on it. All right, the final thing that I want to do with you is play all 4 of these chord progressions in order with the included backing track. And this lesson comes with a downloadable backing track. You can also download and print the lesson sheet music. All you have to do is log in to the quick tip page, and then you'll see all of these downloadable resources at the bottom of the page. Okay, so I'm going to play the backing track with you and go ahead and jam along with me using these 4 chord progressions. All right, starting on D minor, here it is. That's F, A minor, there's E, G, that's E flat, C minor, G minor, and you can repeat. Hey, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the lesson, and if you did, please let me know in the comments. Also, be sure to check out pianowithjonny.com. We have over 1,000 step-by-step lessons for all playing levels. You're gonna learn your favorite songs, your favorite styles. It is a ton of fun, so be sure to check it out, and I'll see you in the next one.